All right, guys, so today we're gonna start working on closed guard. This is one of the most common questions that comes up when you're a white belt. How do I deal with a closed guard? It looks like a very secure position, but a lot of times people kind of have struggles with controlling it. So there's a couple main things that we're gonna talk about in terms of posture and what we're going for and how to avoid letting your opponent start standing up and creating problems for you. So Corey here is gonna start in my closed guard. Now the main things to understand is that when we're in closed guard, we're essentially in a reverse mount, right? If we were to reverse positions and I was on top, he was on bottom, I would have mount. So we have control of his hips because we're entirely locked around him. The problem that we have here is that as his posture goes vertical, I lose connection here and it becomes much easier for him to start taking grips and start breaking my guard apart, right? So the first things that we need to think about are how are we gonna break his posture down and what's the most efficient way to do that while we keep our hands free. So what you see a lot of times is people get to close guard, they just kind of lock at the ankles and they play here and they're reaching, grasping, or they're trying to sit up. In my opinion, the most efficient way to attack this is initially by creating a connection from our knees to the side of his ribs. So my knees right now are flared out. I'm going to just pinch them just slightly so I have a connection. I'm not trying to do like a Suzanne Summers. I'm not trying to crush him, but I need to create a nice connection where my legs are connected to him. Now, I can bring my heels towards him, and now we get a very nice connection to him. And now what I'm going to do at all times is try to bring my knees towards my shoulders. And that is going to break his posture. As he tries to bring posture back up, it's significantly more difficult. Now, he can certainly put his hands on my chest, he can do all these things and start to create posture, but the problem for him is that as he does, go ahead, anytime that I am able to break those, he goes right back down to the ground. So by using our legs in this fashion, we're able to control the posture and leave our hands free for what they need to be. Now, if he's sitting up straight, like so, and I haven't been able to break his posture yet, we need to address where the hands go because he has a couple main grips. Sometimes you'll see people grab at the belt or they'll push on the hips, right? This is generally, in my opinion, an inferior way to do it because as I create this pull, go ahead, straighten your arms, right? If I grab the elbows, he will always collapse. So most efficiently, people will either go kind of into the armpits or they'll grab, especially in the gi, right here, right at the middle of their chest. So how are we going to avoid that? Go back. Anytime that he's up in posture, I'm going to keep my hands right where his hands need to go. Now he can grab one of my hands or he can grab a sleeve, but when he grabs the sleeve, he gives me the ability to counter grip and start pulling across. So we just stay right here, block access. When he grabs, we can always counter grip and create pulls. So postural control needs pinched, pulling in. If his hands go to the hips, we're gonna grab right at the elbows, flare them out, bring him down. If he's trying to get posture here, right, we can always come underneath if he gets to it, but primarily we wanna start by preventing those grips from going and being able to do things on our terms. In terms of attacks, our hands are free right now. Now, certainly we can start going to collar grips. These are tried and true, right? These create great abilities to create chokes, etc. My preference, anytime that we're in the closed guard, is to make an angle more than just try to attack him head on. Right now, he has gravity on his side, I do not. So when we're here and I'm breaking posture down and he's trying to get grips, all these things, if I can pop or I can take any of these grip breaks and move him across the center line, it's going to put us in a much better position for a variety of sweeps, as well as a variety of ways that we can start to attack the back. So from here, as he tries to fight his way back up, anytime we have the ability to sweep, if we can effectively keep this arm trapped, we're in a great position now to build up to an elbow and start taking his back. So postural control at all times. He tries to get grips of any type. We can't let these sit. So if he's got right here in the middle of the chest, if he's managed to get this, my preference is to grab a cross grip come underneath, pop, and bring across. If he's down here at the hips, we grab knees go together, pull, and we can start to create angles. So, my opinion, those are some of the main things to think about when you're starting as a white belt playing a closed guard. Hope that helps, guys. See you on the next one.